track. Angel on the track.
What's up, everybody? No, it's a little cleaner intro this time. We're back, episode 3. How you guys doing?
I live with you, so you should already know that.
Well, you just almost burned the house down, so that's how we're doing.
I didn't almost burn that. There's just smoke in the. It's got a little smoke because the fan wasn't on for most of it.
Dude, I just walked out into the kitchen and I could see like 2 feet in front of me. So.
I mean, yeah. What were you expecting? Just salmon.
What do you mean? What do I expect? I've never. Cooking salmon does not create smoke.
Maybe you're not getting salmon. You can smoke salmon, it would. Exactly. Maybe Never got cooked salmon right then, Jackson. It tasted phenomenal. Give me that.
I mean, I will say, if you're cooking smoked salmon, you should probably be doing it in a smoker, which I'm assuming you don't have in your.
No, we didn't have that.
No, he just did it in a pan on the stove. Yeah.
No, yeah,
That's-
we don't have the nicest of pans here, so who knows why. But it turned out fine.
I'm very confused as to what happened there. But
Hey, at least your building didn't burn down. So
There's no, it's an electric stove. There's no fire involved.
Yeah, you're still alive, aren't you? Come on.
Yeah.
again, I don't. Electric stoves do not totally rule out the possibility of fires.
yeah, like you can still absolutely set your house on fire with an
Yeah,
electric stove.
absolutely.
To be clear.
It was off, but it was off when I left.
Sure. We're not going to get cut off this week, which is less funny, but it's probably
More
for the,
professional. Makes it seem like we know what we're doing.
That's the biggest lie in the world.
Makes it seem
And
more
then-
like
and-
we know what we're doing.
And
Yeah.
as he tells us, like, before he starts, I was on a hot mic before I edited it
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, there were tons of we had hot mics to start the show last week. We had them to end the show last week. Had them on this show Gordo and I did on Friday. No more. Got it all fixed.
Doesn't sound like a hot mic though.
Huh? The one of them. One of
Hot mics really can make it right.
one of them was. This is a billion times easier having a second screen. So we're gonna try to start incorporating segments into this show slowly. I want them to we can kind of figure that out as we go. I don't want to plan them all out, but I did want to use a wheel. I am sort of directly ripping that off the Yak. Like they do it every day at Barstool, but there are a lot of people who use wheels. Like they didn't invent that. Rob
No,
says.
they did not invent the wheel.
Okay, not literally, Charles.
I mean,
He's crazy.
I mean, come on, it was right there.
we're 4 minutes in this. We already talked about the two biggest inventions in the world: the wheel and fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we were on
This is like the premier
Culture.
10,000 BC podcast.
10,000 BC would be loving this right now. This would be what? This is all we get all the time.
It's our target audience.
Cavemen guys who aren't alive anymore.
I know it's dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for one, nobody that works for that show is ever going to see this, so it doesn't matter anyway. Speaking of wheels, you have one right behind your head, Charles.
I have two. That's how
Well-
bicycles work.
One of them is much more clear than the other. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the other one's like angled.
Mhm, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a nice background. Yeah, so, I mean, none of them are ever going to see this, so it doesn't matter. But I was just like, they didn't invent that anyway. Rob Cesternino, who does his, Survivor podcast, has been doing them for years. A lot of podcasts use them. So we're going to do that. And then, I don't know, other segments, if anyone ever has any ideas for them, throw them out. Yeah, so what have you guys been...
walking on an NBA tangent. I'm just like, because I don't really watch it.
I don't think any of the four of us really do, to be honest. I mean, did any of you... Well, Gordo, I know you watched... He watched the dunk
And
contest.
that ended the 3-point. Well done.
Yeah.
I saw something that the All-Star game was like
Trash.
the lowest viewership it's seen in like a while.
This is not a unique take, but I think they should just get rid... They're not going to, but they should just get rid of... All 4 Major League All-Star games should just be...
Oh,
Honestly, Baseballs is fine. It just shouldn't have the stakes attached to it, which I think they got rid of. But outside of that, Baseballs is actually fine. The issue is just baseball on TV is always trash. But the All-Star game is no worse than any other regular season.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I personally don't watch it, so, that's all that matters, so they should just get rid of it.
The home run derby is easily the best,
That's like
all-star peripheral event.
Specialty... yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
Okay, dunk contest is the only thing close, but dunk contest runs into the issue of it's either great or trash. There is no middle ground dunk contest.
Right.
yeah. I thought this year was pretty middle class. That was fine. There's some cool stuff, some pretty crappy stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. You run into the issue you run into is they've just done everything.
Exactly,
anything
that's the
that's
problem.
gonna impress us, it's going to take them 5 tries to hit. At which point it stops being impressive.
Yeah, there's nothing that we ran out 10 years ago of new things to do.
Right.
Yeah. We've hit like unless you're using like props and shit. Like we've.
Yeah.
I mean, they should honestly, if they want to like save it, as people say, like they really should just allow like YouTube dunkers to come and do it, because those people actually do unique stuff.
I mean, or even get rid of it for a couple of years so like people can work on stuff. Because clearly, like Mac McClung making almost like a career out of this in the NBA. But I mean, made what is it, $1 million or $100,000, which.
Oh, is he like Pete Alonso, where when Alonso was making more money off of the home run derby than he was on his salary?
Yes.
Yes.
It was also ridiculous that you only make $100,000 for winning a contest. I mean, no wonder no one wants to do it.
Yeah.
But he made like $100,000 for winning dunk contest. His whole career's made like $102,000.
Okay, I just figured out what we need to do for the dunk contest. You're just gonna start stacking up money, and like whoever clears it last just gets the pile that's there. So you just keep. That would be great. I would love that. Oh.
Alright, so you do that. What you do is you put them in like briefcases.
No. You get like just stacks of hundreds, and we like pyramid this shit all the way up. Like I want to see like the pyramid of money from Dark Knight, like where Joker's just sitting on it, lights the shit on fire. I want somebody jumping.
It just seems like someone like
don't get over a car in the car.
I mean, I did just
Like
mention
that,
turn it from a dunk contest into a high jump contest. Like I acknowledge that. I still think it's more entertaining than what they're doing right now.
Well, so like people were talking about like, oh, we should have like a one-on-one like King of the Hill thing. Like Jamie said that. Like I saw that take like everywhere this weekend. But the problem is, can you see like LeBron agreeing to do that? No. Like.
No, there's no upside for like the players. Because the only person who comes out of that is the guy who wins.
Right. Kevin Durant's not going to agree to do it. Like James Harden's not. Like they don't want to risk losing.
Right. And then you have the guys like Jokic, where like that's not his skill set.
Right.
Right. Like the people where it is their skill set aren't going to want to do it. The people where it's not their skill set obviously aren't going to want to do it.
Well, you know who's going to do it and win is Russell Westbrook. Like that's what he's suited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie was talking about it. He's like, oh, I could be easy. I want to see me win.
Right. So you're going to run into the same problem you run into with all the others. They should just get rid of it. The Pro Bowl should be like all that stuff needs to just go away.
Well, I mean, the Pro Bowl not started it.
The only exception I'll make is if they bring it to DC, then I want them to keep it, and I will go watch the dunk contest in person. But
You're gonna get your like 50 sign outs so you can put it up.
yeah.
Like way up in the rafters.
Yeah. When did they hand those out? You have to buy those.
They definitely hand
They
them.
gotta hand them out.
They hand them out.
They hand them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex is
They're all, like,
Alex is
spring
calling me. I'm
Yeah,
Alex.
that's true.
Alex, you're live on the podcast. What's up?
Wait, why is it behind on my end though when I'm watching?
What do you mean? Why is it behind? That's how live streaming works.
I
Yes,
am
I
trying
can
to
pick up
live
your
chat
mic.
and I
Yeah, I
can't.
can hear.
You're trying to what?
I'm trying to live chat and I can't. It won't let me do it.
I don't know why the live chat's not working. Alex, you work in
We'll
the
hear for you anyways now.
broadcasting industry. What's going on over there, dude?
Listen.
To what?
Is that Alex?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so it's not working, and I don't know why it's not working.
Just say your comments out loud.
It's not the same though.
I literally just chatted.
Yeah. There, Corey. Yeah, Corey busted.
You gotta have a profile.
Wait, why is it doing that? And it's not letting me do
I don't
that.
know what it's doing. I can't see your screen. You're on the phone. What? Alex, while we have, do you have any takes on All-Star Weekend? We were just talking about how trash it was.
Damn it, it's not.
Alex,
What's up?
you have All-Star Weekend thoughts?
I thought that it was awesome that Mac McClung won.
Let's just hang up on him.
Yeah, seriously. Well, why are we entertaining this shit?
Alright, it's weird because I'm watching the stream and I'm talking, so I don't like doing that.
Yeah, it's gonna start echoing for you. I'm gonna hang up on
Have
you.
you not heard like when you're on the radio?
Just
you
get
have
on
to
the Get on the actual show one of these days, Alex.
I will.
Okay.
I will grace you all with my presence.
Thank you. Okay. All right. See ya. Just an electric phone call from Alex there.
I love it.
I don't know what that phone call was. Like, did he want me to solve the issue for him?
No, he absolutely was calling you like you're an IT help desk.
Yeah, no, it's great.
You are YouTube IT to him.
Oh my.
Well, you should have called me because he can work in IT.
Like I am hosting this. I cannot solve your problems right now. I'm sorry. Anyway, where were we? Wow.
I think we're going to wrap up the NBA All-Star game.
Okay, let's move on from the NBA. I meant to talk about this last week. I meant to bring it up last week. 'Cause I think it was in the New York Times like a week or so ago. So we're a little late on this now. But did you guys see the story about the Japanese professor at Yale talking about their aging population? Did you guys see that thing going around?
I think I saw the headline, but I didn't bother reading it.
Yeah, so I read the story. So this Japanese professor was talking about the Japanese population. Like, they're kind of having like a similar thing that we are here. Like, people are having less kids, so the population's skewing older now in Japan, and they're like having issues like financially.
Well, they weren't allowed to have kids.
No, that was China.
That's China.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, China, yeah.
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 No, it's just
They
the.
kind of have the same issue that Joe.
But anyway, so the story is basically this guy at Yale was like, the solution to this is old people should start committing seppuku. Yeah.
So, fun fact actually, so France is running into this issue also right now. Their president is trying to basically raise the retirement age because you're running into something where you have too many retired people being supported by not enough workers. So I'm assuming that's probably the angle he's coming at it from, is like, we can't afford to have all these retired people who aren't really contributing to the economy, so time for them to start cutting themselves off, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can spin this where it's like that's just a solid suggestion there. I mean,
I am offering
no, I know.
like how an economics professor gets to the point of saying this.
No, I'm telling you,
I am not arguing on that.
it's just, so his defense, because it came out right, and then obviously like he had to attempt to defend himself. He claims it was a metaphor, which is like okay.
No, that's not how metaphors work.
Yeah, he was like they should all kill themselves, and then he was like I was just joking. Basically, was his defense.
Metaphorically,
No, his defense was that it was a metaphor for saying basically they should start voluntarily stepping down from like the workforce to allow younger people to move in. Like, it didn't make sense, but yeah, I just that's a wild thing to say. Like, it's one thing to say if you're like so like Bill Burr for years has had part of his stand-up set has been like there are too many people, we should start killing people, but it's a stand-up set. Like, he has a whole bit about nuking cruise ships, and
Marvel made a whole fucking movie about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's mainstream at this point.
but like if you're a real professor at an Ivy League school, you should maybe not be saying that. I don't know. Just a thought.
I don't know. I think Bill Burr actually believes that.
Oh, 100%. What's up?
I get the
Corey?
whole like you can really say anything like comedy is funny, but like he's just using comedy as a guise of like 100% believes. Oh, if like this gets traction, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. What were you saying, Corey?
No, I said that he's probably got a lot of job security to be making some.
I mean,
shows
dude
like
is a
Yeah,
professor.
he does, and
Yeah,
also he's thinking like, no, I mean I do think he actually believes that. I mean it's like a joke.
How
But like
old
also,
was he?
He's in his late 40s.
I was hoping he was 85.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
No, I mean, he's also like, he's like, I'm gonna make the cut if we start culling people. He's,
But he puts the cut like his exact birthday, and it's just like the one day before his birthday.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But his whole point was he was like, oh, like, because people started groaning, and then he's like, well, think about it. He's like, if we cut out like, whatever, 20% of the population. He's like, think about how nice driving home from work in the evening will become. You won't be complaining then. Like,
that an old people bad drivers joke?
No, it's a traffic joke. It's just a traffic thing.
He must have just had a really bad commute that morning. It was like, this
isn't how any of this works. Like, this is a terribly thought out plan.
Yeah, it's a stand-up comic. What do you expect?
These older people need to step down from the workforce so the young people can come through. There's just as many cars on the roadway.
Oh no, this is I was talking about.
Anything.
Yeah, that one doesn't really work. Is there are the same amount of people and the same amount of jobs as well. It's not like you're making. What if they were working from home?
Yeah.
But, like they're all going to be just newer drivers on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got himself in a little hot. I haven't seen if he's been. I don't know if that's fired.
He will not get fired.
You don't think so?
I mean, if he has tenure, he will not get fired.
His name is like Yasuki something. Yeah.
Right. Like that's not how professor things are supposed to work.
Yusuke Narita.
Yeah, that's him.
Let's see how old he is. He looks pretty young. No, he's 69. Nice. He's 69 years old.
Nice.
Wait, this guy should be involved with it? He's getting close. He's getting close, then.
But he wouldn't be part of it anyway. He lives here.
That's true. That's a fair point, but...
Yeah, because we don't have old people in positions. They shouldn't be at all in the United States. Never happens.
Nope. Especially not in very important government positions. That doesn't happen. Hey, Alex joined. He figured out the chat. Congratulations.
Wrong Dr. Narita. He's actually only 37. There's two of them.
Okay. All right.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Can I get a live Jamie basketball update, Corey? How's that game going?
Is it
I've been in this fucking UVA game.
it's at half. 51-52. Marshall is up at.
Ooh, high scoring game, yeah.
Hey, the arena looks pretty full.
Oh, it's in Harrisonburg? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it yet in person?
Well, so my sister graduated last year, I think, yeah. So they do all the graduations in the arena.
Oh, okay.
They don't.
Yeah, I haven't been yet. I need to get there for a game.
They do the whole commencement in the arena, and then obviously they split up everyone.
Yeah.
How it usually is, but I think the College of Business and a art school, they do everything in the arena now.
It's a little better than
I think they got tired of stuff getting rained out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's better than the football stadium. Yeah. I think we got cut off last week talking about the Harry Potter game. Anyone made any more progress into that game?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm playing 15 hours.
Nope.
Yeah, I think I'm at 20 roughly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. I just got this belt for unlocking doors, which is wonderful because there are a lot of locked doors.
I'm waiting.
So what is it?
Yeah, no,
You start out as a 5th year, right?
yeah, you start out as 5th year.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of spoilers around how you're starting out, so I'm not going to get too far into it. You get started as a 5th year. Which house did you go?
I'm Hufflepuff.
Okay. I went Slytherin.
Yeah, that's what I'll be. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what I like. I bounce between that and Ravenclaw on whenever I take the quizzes.
Did y'all take the test and link it to your account?
No.
I mean, I took all the tests back when Pottermore existed, and I was always Slytherin. So.
I think Pottermore technically still does.
Yeah,
It might change names.
Yeah, it's under a new name.
Yeah.
But it still has all the same.
Yeah. I was always.
Yeah. So anyway, the way the sorting works is it literally asks you a question that if you know anything about Harry Potter,
You're gonna know what it's gonna give you.
How
Yeah.
would you describe yourself? And it's the 4 adjectives.
Yeah.
And it's okay, cool.
You also don't have to listen to it. You can just change it at the end.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's the other thing. If you know nothing about Harry Potter and can't get it off of that, you can still get the one you want. Yeah. Haven't gotten to the point where I can start just killing people yet, Jackson. I know you're disappointed about
That's
that.
the only thing I care about. I just want to murder people.
I mean, you can't just walk around and murder people. You have to go with
Are you sure about that?
You have to go find the bad guys to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is all like all students and it's boom.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
I'm really disappointed about that. I wanted to like join the Death Eaters.
Oh, I will say
That's
the timeline. Like you
I know they don't exist at that point. Yeah.
Well, like yeah, no, you can hang out with like Voldemort's great uncle or something. Yeah.
Sick.
If you, that's about as close as you can get.
Nice.
I will say I finally got to the point where you get a broom. The flying's kind of disappointing.
I mean, it's a lot. I don't really think there's gonna be anything fun about it. There's gonna be a quick way to move around.
Can you play Quidditch?
I don't know, okay. It's just, but it's like it's one of those things that you would always want from a Harry Potter game, and it's just.
Once you think about it, it's like what else? But what else? There's like nothing else to expect out of Family Lost Troubles.
Oh no. He said.
It's a great that it's stuck in.
Incredible. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin. He's like Detroit. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. He told me before we started. Detroit's got. They were like the snowstorm or whatever. So his power's been in and out. So we'll see if he can rejoin or not. Can you play
The brooms, like it's fine. It's just there's no like any like I don't know like how else it could have been done because like you're not playing Quidditch. It's really the only thing you want else from the broom other than like transportation.
That's what I was gonna. You can't play Quidditch.
No. So I did a little research and supposedly it'd be so difficult. They said not difficult, but like they put so much effort in, whether you have to push the game back or like take stuff out, and so they're like, all right, this isn't worth it. We're just gonna get the game out, and then maybe they do like a Quidditch DLC later, and they do have like a they do like reference it in the game, like there will be no Quidditch this year due to this.
Yeah, it just. I mean, I don't know anything.
Whole like just Quidditch like separate game. That'd be pretty sick.
They did that a long time ago on
Yeah.
like the PlayStation 2 or something. It was just like a Quidditch World Cup game. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know anything about how making video games works, but like, that doesn't seem like. It seems kind of crazy to me that they were working on this game for like 5 years and couldn't figure out how to get Quidditch in this release to me. But what do I know?
I mean, there's a lot into. I mean, again, I think you'd have to pull people off of like all the other stuff to get it in, and then it seems like they just decided that getting the game part of it's a lot more worth it than just having this side mini game of Quidditch, which again, cool mini game. And again, it would be a good DLC to have if they do go that route.
What is that's like add-ons?
Yeah, so like basically,
Right.
Like a lot of games are now to like rather than like kind of like Assassin's Creed is putting out games more infrequently, but they're adding on like different DLCs for whatever gameplay. So there's like a new story that like is like 5-6 hours of gameplay that you can play in between games.
Yeah.
To kind of keep you.
Yeah. It's like not enough to do a whole new game, but it's enough for you to continue until as they're developing the next game, which comes out in like a couple of years, rather than Call of Duty, where it's every single year.
Hopefully they'll do that for this game because I feel like there's so many different things they could like, so many different routes they could go with that.
Yeah, but I think again when I was googling about Quidditch, they had at the moment they have no plans for a DLC. But again, that could just be them saying that to kind of keep it under wraps.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if this game ends up being unbelievably popular, like they'll do it.
Which it is. It is ridiculous. I think it's come out as like one of the best second week sellers. Like there was just such a small drop off in second week sales, basically meaning that like everyone that was waiting on seeing it was going to be good has heard that it's very good.
Yeah. Though I mean,
have
that's
you played the Star Wars like Fallen Jedi kind of game?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like that. I feel as though it's very popular. I don't know what their plans were with that franchise, but it seems like they were like, all right, we should do another game.
Yeah, I like the DLC route, like I understand. It kind of keeps you interested. It's like if you go 2.5 years without like having any new content, you're like, you like forget about them. You're like, oh, there are other games coming out in the meantime, and you're like more entrenched in those games, and you kind of forget about it.
I mean, it's totally.
Back.
Hey, Charles.
There he is.
Yeah, Midwest is kind of getting hit by a big storm, so that might happen a few more times.
I couldn't tell. I mean, it's about to be 80 degrees here tomorrow.
Fuck. Fuck. To be fair, it's supposed to get up to like 50 tomorrow. Like, it's literally just one day of this.
It was 50. It was literally 50 today.
You could always move back, Charles. You could always move back.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like this.
It's just moving's a lot of effort.
That's more like I wish I had a job back on it.
Moving's just such a pain in the ass. Also, like
that. Yes.
Yeah.
That. Especially when it's not even in like U-Haul range. Like.
yeah.
Like well, at that point you just pay someone, and it's just more
that is what I would do.
Pain in the ass in your wallet rather than a full pain in the ass of like the moving part.
Yeah.
The drive from here to Detroit's not terrible, but I know
It's
just
8 hours, but like I'm not gonna do that with the U-Haul. Right.
yeah, I know. God, that drive. I still every once in a while think about that drive I did home from when I visited you, and how I will never do anything like that again. That was insane.
Wait, did you do? I'm trying to remember what was so crazy about it.
Well, I drove. What? No, it was a 20-hour drive.
What?
I did a 20-hour solo drive. I drove from Detroit to Toronto to DC.
Oh,
Why'd you do that?
Why did you go to Toronto?
I had never been. I wanted to see it.
Oh, okay, so you paid
No,
the plane.
but like Toronto is a city for its own trip.
I know.
That's not.
I know. I spent like an hour there. Yeah, it was not worth it.
This has nothing to do with Detroit then.
I'm.
Bad name of Detroit for no
Well, it had. That trip started from Detroit. That's why I thought of it.
I mean, to be fair, the trip started in DC. You did like a round trip.
Yeah, I did DC to.
So like you also did Pittsburgh.
I did DC to Pittsburgh to Cleveland to Detroit, and then stayed there for like 3 days.
Hold on. How much of this 20 hours was?
No. If you're going Detroit to Toronto to DC, that's 20 hours.
So here,
Like the border crossings are terrible.
I'll walk you through. So I left at like 6 in the morning, and then I had to do the border cross. I mean, the border crossing at 6 a.m. was quick, but I drove from Detroit to Hamilton first. I went to Hamilton, and then I like stopped.
Nice city. I really do recommend Hamilton if you're ever in Canada.
Yeah. See, this was where I made the mistake. So I did these places that are really cool, and then I only had like 30 minutes everywhere, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I like.
No, you should come up this summer and we'll go do Ontario.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Because so I went to Hamilton, and then I went to like an overlook in Hamilton that like overlooked the whole city, and then you could see like Lake Ontario and all that.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I drove from there to Toronto and sat in a bunch of traffic getting into Toronto. I just parked in front of, I just parked in some random neighborhood and then just walked around Toronto for like an hour, and then got back in my car, drove.
Did you do like the Hockey Hall of Fame or anything? No.
Nope.
No.
I drove from there to Niagara Falls, the Canadian side. Did that,
Yeah.
and then went home, and then got home at like 2 a.m. It was a 20-hour day.
Yeah. I will say that Buffalo crossing is so much worse than the Detroit one too. So like that's
Yeah. That was the other thing. I wanted to add Buffalo to that drive too, but there was no way I could. Well, what I should have done is just stayed somewhere on my way home. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you could have done here.
You should have spent the night in Toronto.
Right. Yeah. That's what yeah.
Don't spend the night in Buffalo. Buffalo's only.
Yeah.
No.
Buffalo nightlife's not really anything.
Yeah. I don't know that I would have been doing like solo nightlife in Buffalo anyway. But
Oh, you're in Toronto. You got kind of feel it is.
yeah, that was
Party capital of Canada.
yeah, that was an aggressive. I mean, I was driving the Prius back then, a little better than if I had been driving my Mustang at the time. That would.
I was about to say, was it in the Mustang era or the Prius?
It was the Prius era.
I mean, is your Mustang a manual?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have just been miserable sitting at the like border, just like, all right, time to go creep forward,
Mhm.
and
The way through the border in what city was that? That's right there, the Canadian city, Windsor, right?
Oh, yeah, Windsor. Yeah, the Detroit box.
So that was fine, but coming from Niagara Falls back into the U.S., they were just like very confused about the fact that I like was doing that on the same day. They were like,
yeah,
they were.
No, that's you like pulled off and like.
Yeah. They were very confused by what I was doing.
I've never. Okay, no, you're gonna appreciate this. So I have a guy I used to work with, Indian guy, and his family was, in the States visiting him. So they went up to the UP. Because if you go to the UP, in the summer, you can actually see like the northern lights. So they went up to the UP to do that, and then they decided the next day they wanted to see Niagara Falls. So they drive all the way from the UP, which is like 8 hours north of Detroit, and then it's 4 hours to get to Niagara Falls. Except they can't even cut through Canada because they're, have their reasons to be in the U.S. They can't go into Canada and then come back into the U.S. So they go all the way down around like Lake Erie, all the way back up. It's like, that's gonna be like 12 hours on its own, and then like go see the U.S. side of Niagara Falls. Drive back 6 hours to Detroit.
Man.
And guess what? They still drove 2 less hours in their car.
Yeah. That's the wildest drive you've ever heard of, and it's so shorter than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have done that 20 hours and like gone to the Keys or something. Somewhere better.
Yeah, it'd be about 20. Maybe 18.
No. Yes, it's 20. I've driven from Harrisonburg to Miami, and it took 20 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That was not by myself. Let me clarify.
Yeah, no, that was like in a van or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that we had like 4 different drivers. Yeah. That was a little better.
That's still half the time of your driving.
What?
I thought you said 20. I'm thinking 10.
Yeah, no, it was the same. Yeah, it was the same.
I think it's just 10 to Florida.
I had one other story that I wanted to talk about. So this was let me pull it up. This bar does not exist anymore. Anyway, this Big Cat was talking about this yesterday, so I looked it up and read about it, and this was insane. I told Gordo a little bit about it. So this bar in Madison, Wisconsin, it doesn't exist anymore. It was called Smut and Eggs.
I don't know the bar name. That was good with it as well. I think that's just what it was called at 6 a.m. That was like the deal. The bar, I believe, is called Venice.
That's the guy's name. Is that the name of the bar?
I think it's the name of the bar, too.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, you're right. Bennett's Country Club. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Smut and Eggs was the weekend like event that they did every week. So, okay, where's these quotes are just insane. So the premise is Saturday and Sunday mornings beginning at 6 a.m. breakfast bar and hardcore porn.
Hardcore.
Yep.
Yes.
In a restaurant in Madison, Wisconsin.
They'd just be showing porn in a restaurant.
Just on widescreen. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand. So we have our movie theater across the street from where we live. They do Saturday mornings. It's cartoons and like alcohol starting at 6 a.m., which is fun. I mean, I've never been, but like that seems a little more reasonable. Like you can vote online for
it's
like
also like 9 a.m. It's like 10 a.m. Dude.
Yeah.
Bella said that's certainly a good morning.
This article was from like 10 years ago. They were celebrating their 40th anniversary at that point. That's crazy.
Wait, this place was open for that long?
So they started doing that in 1977.
That's incredible. How does that
They doing the entire like 40 years?
Yeah. I'm trying to find this guy's quotes because the owner was just absolutely insane.
Oh, he was. He had any hissed or ick, he was in.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I know one off the top of my head. They asked him like about it. He said at least or something like at least it's not gay or something.
Oh, he said at least this isn't a gay bar. So he was like super homophobic. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I mean, again, this is a white dude in the Midwest that started this bar in the '70s, and it says he was an old sea captain. I mean, it's like he's who you think he would be.
The bar is also it's like downtown Madison, Wisconsin.
He also
it was like a Wisconsin Wisconsin thing.
So I feel like the things that generally, it's just the combination of the homophobia but being okay with hardcore people,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like in public. It's really weird.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very. He did. They did like a. Didn't they do something for like Black History Month?
Well, he from MLK, so he's also super racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here.
I mean, I feel like they all.
Yeah.
It's like
He's just gonna go for all of them.
Just checks off all the boxes. So here's his quote on that. We're closed every holiday except for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Then we give away free watermelon schnapps. Yeah. So that's.
Goddamn.
Yep. I mean, just like could not possibly be more stereotypically racist. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still right.
Good.
I don't know.
Figure that out.
He has.
The place isn't open. We knew that.
So Big Cat said he's gone to this bar.
Big Cat is back, yeah.
He said he knew about it.
The guy that brought it up because they were like emailing him to the act about this. The guy that emailed them said he had gone to it.
Right. So anyway,
I don't know how old they could see how old he was. So it seems like it hasn't been gone for that long.
yeah. Anyway, so the end of the article just says the guy had more than 8,000 hours worth of VHS tapes.
That's the part I completely forgot about that part. From like 77 to mid 2000s, this is way more of a difficult endeavor.
Yeah, it's VHS tapes.
Well, yeah, like nowadays, it's not that. I mean,
It's just, lower tech. But like, I mean, the dude was presumably over 18. You just go and get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but again, think about just the sheer volume that's like now on the internet. There's only there's a very finite amount that you can find. I'm sure.
You have to imagine.
It was every weekend for 40 years.
You have to imagine they were allowing cigarettes inside too, right? Like definitely cigs inside. I would imagine.
Well,
Yeah.
It's also the 70s. That doesn't make it any. That's just normal.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this guy just rolling up with like a shopping cart just full of.
Do you think they did like if you like spend enough money, you have to like take one of the videos? Like they had like a punch card or something.
For sure, people were asking for specific things. Like that was definitely happening.
Okay, no. Here's the question. Do you think anybody ever showed up with their own tape?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Either as
Yes.
like of themselves,
Yes.
or just as like, here, I want to watch this.
This is my favorite. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which one's
For sure.
weird? Which one's weird?
Oh. Honestly, I kind of feel like it's the second one.
I think it is too. I think there are people that like get off of like being like on the screen like that. The second one's just being like very creepy. Like you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this.
I just communal porn watching. I just don't. I can't.
No, it's weird. You're right. It's weird.
Well, I guess it used to. I mean, again, I think it used to. You go way back. They had like the peep shows or whatever.
Do you think they had the audio on?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Oh,
no. Hold on. Do you think they didn't have like 7 or 8 TVs and they had like different ones on each TV? Like
Yeah, probably.
And it's all Sunday Ticket.
I'm sure eventually they got that there, but like 70s, we have all that technology.
Red zone.
It's not technology. It's just not TVs yet. It's not a technology situation. It's just if you have
if you're doing this off of VCR, you need something to then split that signal to all the TVs that you have.
Okay, so
Right.
this is the reverse thing. You're saying in the early days it had to be 7 different videos and 7 different TVs.
Or they just had one TV.
You think it's just like a one TV with like, maybe like a
Maybe they have a projector set up in
That's
the
what I'm saying,
wall.
No, see,
you know the old school projectors they had in school
in class, yeah.
before they had
The slides, yeah.
They just said, when like 6 a.m. rolls around, it just yanks it down and just comes from. Also, what happens at are they like getting into like imagine if you're there at like 5:40. Also, I don't know why you'd be there at 5:40 in the morning. But like it just like cuts to 6 o'clock and boom, it's just pouring on
Dude, I'm just imagining a a modern version of this where it's literally like Red Zone and there's like a Scott Hansen for porn and all these things are live. Like we're cutting now live to John's house. Like
oh no, Family Guy did a thing of that, and they were like talking about they were like Forrest, cut to the Red Zone, and Quagmire goes, cut to the Bone Zone, and it goes to like. Talks about how it's like all cut to like any different like HBO, Cinemax, whatever of like those shows when there's like nudity in it, and they'll just go. And now we cut to True Blood, where Anna Paquin is showing nipple.
yeah, this is. I can't. The most shocking thing to me is that like the city of Madison allowed this to happen.
And the legality of this, I guess there's nothing. I don't know what law they're breaking. That's one of those things like, okay, there's got to be a
as
law.
long as you're like, it does create opportunity. So you're gonna have to like ID at the door at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, they're serving watermelon schnapps anyways, though. They're IDing anyways.
You know damn well, all that's going on, you know damn well that they're not IDing.
They never got caught though.
No, they would have had to be IDing people because I guarantee Madison is looking for a reason to shut them down.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you they were actually IDing people at the door.
They were definitely looking for ways to shut them down too, because this guy, like in that article, was talking about how he would buy out ads in the local paper, just absolutely shitting on all the local politicians all the time. So they definitely hated this guy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
6 a.m. is just also a weird time to do this.
I mean, yeah.
Any time is a weird time to do this.
Yeah.
It is like a weird time to
6 a.m. 6 a.m. is just who's up at 6 a.m.?
Lots of people, Gordo.
Yeah, I mean, I get up at 6
Are they watching Smut Bags though?
No, going to work.
Oh man. Okay, so switching topics from that. Get out of there. I'm gonna have a fun time figuring out how to include that in the title of this video without.
It's called.
You know what? Just make it a nice surprise.
Yeah. What else have you guys been up to lately?
I'm gonna play the Harry Potter game 24/7 now. That's just all I do.
It's most of what I'm doing with my free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, so we're kind of video game heavy.
Yeah.
I'd gotten off of it for like a year and a half, 2 years. I hadn't really been playing it all, but I've gotten back into it. Now that they have like the no build mode, it's so much better. Because
Jackson had a classic video game moment where I'd gotten back from somewhere and I was like, like you want to do anything? And he's like, no, what time is it? I got 8 o'clock. He goes, 8 o'clock. Geez, I'm no longer playing for.
Yeah.
one of those.
It's a classic, like you know you're getting into it when like you just forget what time it is.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to tell a story about how he was yelling at the TV or something.
Is that a big video game? Jack's a big video game yeller.
No.
I am.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was. I'm not as bad anymore. Again, I like maybe play single player. So I like yell a little bit, but multiplayer.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna yell when I'm playing Harry Potter, but like
Well, I'll give a
competitive game.
a little like I hit Y or something when I didn't think I could be like protecting myself and I'm not. I'll give a little like come on. But yeah, no. Like if like FIFA or COD or like MLB The Show, oh yeah, I'll scream. I used to break controllers back in the day.
I won't if I'm playing by myself. Like if I'm playing like 2K or FIFA like against somebody that I'm with in person, I will yell.
Oh no, I yell more when it's online. Way more.
Like if I'm playing with a person right next to me, clearly this is somebody that like I respect at least a little bit. and like I'm gonna care about what they think, and like I don't need them thinking that I'm like a raging psychopath.
Nah, I do it either way.
I had a
I respect that.
I had a roommate in college who was like a controller he would throw his controller. Yeah.
Then you realize how expensive that ends up being.
Yeah. He was like real.
Like that shit on like the table or something.
He was like super competitive in FIFA, like legit competitive in FIFA online. And yeah, when he would lose games, he would break shit in his room. We would just hear him.
When I was living with my old roommate when I first moved up here, I was living with a Honduran guy. Well, he's now an American citizen, but he was a Honduran guy who's up here, and I got to hear a lot of Spanish curses at FIFA. A lot of like Spanish curses.
Was he? I met him when I was up there.
Yeah, you met him once. Did you? Or was he like out for that weekend?
I met him right when I got there, and then he like left.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like sports video games are not like. I don't know. Feels like the hype around.
2K
It's getting really bad now. Like, I talked on the other day saying that I think EA is going to develop a new Madden game, and it's like a make or break
Yeah, I saw that.
for the franchise itself, and they're going to be doing like a bunch of different like things to it to hopefully boost the sales or draw more people into playing it again.
Hey, I'm just waiting until they come out with the NCAA football game.
That
They
is
said
true.
2024 for that.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to
Yeah,
be this year, and then I think they pushed it back to next year.
Yeah, they
Well,
did.
they just announced it last year, and I thought it was going to be like more than a year cycle. But I know they've gone out and started like collecting, like taking pictures of the standing stadium. So
There's a lot that goes into college because now that they're gonna do like the NIL stuff, they're gonna have to do so much more like effort and figure out all the players and everything.
Oh, we're gonna get to play with JMU, Corey. That's sick.
yeah, you guys are.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be in the game.
That's awesome. It's only the set
I
like.
know, my favorite was you could actually see my dorm in like the rendering of the Virginia Tech Stadium in like 06 or whatever the last game I had was. So I was like, hey, I lived there.
Nice. I haven't had a college basketball game in probably 2008 was the last time I had one, but my cousin was in that game.
They stopped that one before they did.
Yeah,
they stopped
football. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did. But my cousin, he played for Liberty at the time, so I was able to play. I was able to play as him, and they had like retro teams in that game. So I would play with Liberty, use my cousin, and like play against the '80s North Carolina team, and have him like play against Jordan. And it was great because my cousin was like the 12th man on Liberty's team, so like he was rated like a 45, and Jordan was a 99, and I was just getting wrecked. It was great.
Do you think we're gonna have to like send a form out for like to use guys' names or like pay them or something along those lines because of the whole NIL thing going on?
So, yeah, I'm generally curious how they're going to make it work. My guess is they're gonna try to go like team by team and almost set up like a union for each team and just like basically get agreements team by team to try to like and then just let the schools deal with how they want to distribute the money amongst the players.
Yeah,
that would be my guess for what
FIFA does, I'm pretty sure. The FIFA game / what's the other one called? Evolution, EPS, Evolution Pro Soccer. Like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
they have it by teams. Like, Evolution Pro Soccer has PSG, and the deal with the PSG, rather than like I've seen Madden, NBA 2K, they're all directly with the.
That's what the unions, yeah.
/ the actual NBA.
But, so we're just talking about being able to use players' names, right? Because I'm like, otherwise, if they don't use the names, then they just need the NCAA's agreement as a whole.
Yeah, so it's gonna.
But then there's also like
giving them a blank name.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did.
they had a lawsuit about about that where it was like, because like that was what they used to always do, right?
But it's obvious who's who. Yeah.
Exactly, it's obvious who's who. So you would also need to like completely randomly generate the players.
Yeah.
Which like that just takes way.
It does, because that's how jersey.
Players.
That's how jersey sales used to work. Because like I have a Duke like JJ Redick jersey from that, and so it's like number 4. It's like very obvious who it was, but they had to back then like they had to sell it like, oh, this is just a random number 4 Duke player that we just happened to be selling. Yeah, that all was so shitty. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Yeah, like when's the last like Madden you guys had? Because like I don't think I've had it since like 2012. I mean,
I have the one that I think has Tom Brady on the cover. I want to say that's like 2018.
Who was the guy from the Browns that recently was hospitalized?
Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one.
That's the same one. That's 2012. That's the one. That's the last one I had. Yeah.
I mean, I played. It comes on like I had like the EA something on Xbox. Like it'll come on for free after it's been out for a while. So I played like 21 or 22 for like 2 hours, 3 hours. It was great.
I have a Peyton Hillis jersey.
Yeah, so
I think.
18 was the last.
I'm gonna see if I still have it.
Oh wait, oh yeah.
Why the heck does it? Why do you have a Peyton Hillis jersey? It's just. I mean, I guess he was going to be big. At least we thought he was going to be big. But...
Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
Why is that so big?
I don't know. Football jerseys are always big.
I guess it's true.
It's just a large. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's big.
I mean, I weighed like 40 pounds more than I do now when I was in college. So.
But this was when did you get? Wait,
I didn't know it was not when you were in college.
Yeah.
I think I got it. No, yeah, that's true. I would have gotten it in high school, so I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I didn't buy. I don't know. I didn't buy it for myself. My parents got it for me. So.
Oh, well, that's probably the only one they could find.
Yeah, maybe. I got it because he was on my fantasy team the year he went off, and I won the title because of him, and I like wanted his jersey after he like won me the champion. Yeah.
That's just so bad.
What? UVA?
Yeah, they're still on 7 VC.
Yeah. I feel like Madden has not listened to. I feel like Madden has not listened to like the very obvious like fix that everybody like wants, which is they've made the game like too complicated and too realistic. Like it was more fun when it was.
Bring back NFL Street, you cowards!
Yeah. NBA Street's the one they need. NBA Street.
Both of them.
NBA Street
Both.
is great also.
Yeah.
Honestly, just all the streets.
Yeah.
The best one is FIFA Street.
I never played.
I never played that.
What was that?
If you say it's good, I trust
you.
you.
A lot of FIFA Street.
I've heard of it.
Those were so good.
Well, it's
That
essentially.
does seem like a good.
No, go ahead.
Seems like a good idea.
Well, so they ended up, because I have FIFA 23, and they recently started incorporating this into the new FIFAs, where they just had, they call it Volta, but it's essentially literally FIFA Street. So you still have to pay for FIFA, but it includes, like, the whole, like, free part.
Yeah, they've done that, but it's not like it's not arcadey enough. It's more like I am
Right.
playing FIFA, and the like skin for the field just happens to be it happens to be a street. But like it's not the arcadiness of those games where like you're playing a football game where you're bouncing off walls to catch a ball.
Well, even like the storyline of like running around and like you're like just like trying to beat people in the street, like NBA Street.
Yeah.
Like you're running around like you're trying to become like the king of the street or king of the court.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I haven't. The Harry Potter game would be the first new game I've gotten in quite a while.
But you don't even have a system. You're just playing with the old PS4.
Yeah. Well, you mean, yeah, I don't have a new system. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a new system yet. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're still making games with PS4.
Yeah. Let me pull up this.
I think it started where they're like going to be making PS4 games.
I mean, again, they are. I mean, the game will come out in another month, I think.
It's April.
Yeah.
I think it's April that I'm going to be able to get it. Yeah.
Well, because they have to have all the bugs shot because you can't just like power through them. So they need to make sure that they.
I mean, it's still connected to the internet.
I mean, yeah, but
Like the old days where like basically if there's a bug in the game, it's just there's a bug in the game.
Oh,
yeah, no. But like they'll be doing those fixes and iterating those. But my point is like until you have those fixes, then you're not going to be able to run it on PS4.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, and they don't really care that much about PS4 users at this point either. So
No, yeah.
not their priority, which is fair.
Well, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, the game. I think that I remember that was the issue with Cyberpunk too. They released it way too early, but like it was so bad. I didn't have that many issues when I was playing on my Xbox S, but there were just so many issues on like PS4, Xbox.
Well, and like I know, and there's a bunch of PC people who like really cared about like, no, it needs to be perfect. I am putting this on PC, and just like not having the performance stay expected.
Yeah, no, but like I saw like the picture of PS4. It was like it looked like Grand Theft Auto 2. Yeah, like some of the picture of it was so bad.
And if you release a game like that, it's very hard to recover from it. So I understand the idea of like we want it to be robust before we release it.
And again, I think the problem
was so bad because they started paying for the copies back because the game was so bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Speaking of game score,
returning will give you like your money back basically.
speaking of game score, it's still your move on Doodle Jump. Gordon and I started playing Doodle Jump again, and we're just trying to one up each other. Yeah, it's great.
Right, so what is it? 38,000 yet?
Yeah. Have you guys played? Yeah. Do either of you, Charles or Corey, like still ever play games on your phone anymore? I feel like that's kind of gone away.
Like I've got a few match 3s that I like shift between.
Bro, I'm on that classic plans, bro.
Nice.
Well, I do some New York Times crosswords. That was all I was going for Doodle Jump.
Clash of Clans, man. Was that Clash of Clans is the game that like isn't that the game Kate Upton used to advertise for?
I have no idea. I used to play it as a kid.
Yeah, no, there's like, 20 mobile games that are literally the same game in every genre, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it was that one, maybe it was a different one that was functionally the same.
Clash of Clans was a big one. Clash of Clans was a big one that like everyone played.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I kind of got away from all that bit. We can go ahead and spin the wheel. I can see if I can... I know I can get it on the stream. I'm trying to get it. I guess I can just share my screen so you guys can see it spin too. Do we want to just? Yeah, I'll do that. Let me pull it over. Do we want to just do it the way I said? Do we want to do like a second, like after it picks us? Do we want to throw actual topics on there so the wheel chooses that, or do we want to leave it up to like whoever gets picked can pick whatever they want?
I mean, I think we going forward probably do topics, but we have to figure out topics pretty quickly here.
Well, let's just let whoever gets picked will do their little presentation at the start of
next week's
podcast.
They can just pick whatever. Okay.
And if you're not available next week, well.
Next time you're on the show.
Next time you're on the podcast.
Yeah. That works. Okay.
Well, if you're not on, then you have Bella do it.
Just pick something he knows nothing about.
So basically, please don't be on the podcast next week for Bella.
Yeah, I want to hear Bella present.
Should I just add Vela to the wheel?
Actually, yeah, just put him on the wheel.
If he gets selected, we are doing it with him on the phone like we did today.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
the electric phone
He's still in the chat, Alex. You're being added to the wheel.
Yeah.
But see, the issue is it's delayed. He's not going to know that for like 30 seconds or whatever, right?
No, I'll figure it out.
By the time it spins, he'll know.
Yeah, fair.
Well, no different. He's just going to be. It's like he's in a different time zone than we are.
He said we have all work.
I think that's exactly what you're going to say.
Yes, we have.
It's a valid complaint. I get it.
Yeah.
It is homework.
Yeah.
I want to add Ethan to it, but I feel like Ethan's going to be someone who's going to like every week he's going to be like, oh yeah, I want to do it, and then he's never going to join.
True.
I don't think Ethan's ever going to. Okay, let me.
I love Ethan. But yes.
I think he's gonna just permanently flake on the show. Oh no, he disappeared. Share my screen. No, God damn it.
Jamie was still down by 1 with 9 minutes left.
This is great podcasting. I can't see it. Minimize. I need this to go away so I can click the share screen. There we go. Share your screen.
Large screen. Okay, hit that.
Yeah, okay, 1, 3.
Can you guys see the wheel?
Riveting.
Can you guys see it?
Still loading for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Still loading.
Okay. Well,
I don't trust you to spin this wheel.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like that one time we did the fantasy draft with Magic when Gordo had the first 2 picks?
Well,
Sure.
I get like the 7th pick. Jack for the first pick. I had the 7th pick. I'm not involved in it. I think I was even there.
Okay, well, it was whoever he was with had the second pick. It was like him and
But yeah, no, he definitely had the first
that's
pick.
right. That was
Yeah,
this past Jamie got the first pick and he was with me when I did that. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Can you guys still not see it?
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. Alex can see it. He can verify.
Well, hold on. We do sometimes you're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Watch it on YouTube.
Okay, what channel is this on?
It's called nonsense.
Professional.
It's called nonsense. Yeah, I don't know.
What's your name on it?
This is.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I got this pulled up.
You mean the username? I think it's at nonsense the pod. I think.
It's,
Pretty sure.
the channel name is literally nonsense as one word.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Nonsense pod.
Just searching it's going to be difficult because there are 6 subscribers. So we're not high in the search.
I found one that has 4.
We're not high on the search rankings.
Nonsense the pod.
I think that's it. Gordo, you're subscribed to it.
I found it. I found it.
Like, just go to your subscription tab. It's live. Yeah. Also, if you watch it that way, you're going to see it like a minute late.
All right, whatever. Spin the wheel.
I'm spinning it.
Alright, let's see. Don't say anything.
This is the Eliminator, right?
Is it? I was just going to do whoever got picked.
Charles, not Eliminator.
Cool.
Charles. All right.
I have the topic that I will be discussing with you guys next week. Don't worry.
We getting a rugby presentation?
No, because F1 starts next week.
Oh,
I'm
hell
going to
yeah.
go through that.
Oh, and Monster College is gonna win.
Talk about some of the fun figures in the history of F1.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. I want to use the wheel for other things eventually too. I don't. We'll have to come up with some ideas. Could be a fun way. We'll have to figure out how to get it.
Do a nonsense case race like the Yak.
Oh God.
I mean, I think I like my chances in that.
I like the chances of that making the name of this show more accurate than it already is.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Okay, well that's all I have for this week. Any of you have anything else? No. That
UVA, but sucks.
that sounds like a no. All right. Well, I'll let. Yeah. Gordo. I'll let. Yeah. Since 2 of you are trying to watch basketball games, I will let you guys get back to that. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll be back soon. Till next time. See ya.
Later.